Hey everyone, this is Shardai Simone. Thank you for watching my video. In this video is going to be a quick wear to work look, the one that you see on my face right now. If you ever have any questions or concerns or wondering about products, please put in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, as well as thumbs up my video. I hope you have a wonderful day and take care. Hi everyone, I'm starting with a clean face, and first thing that I'm going to do since we're getting ready to go to work is put on a primer. The primer that I've used is Hard Candy. I love this primer, and it's a long wear primer, and it lasts really long, and it works really well with my foundation that I use, which is the Maybelline Fit Me. That's what I do for my normal days. So I'm going to put primer all over my face, make sure that I rub it into my nose as well as my forehead, because that's where I get oily at. And with this primer, it's going to get a little tacky. Because I have oily skin, this works really well because it makes sure that the foundation sticks to my skin and it doesn't get oily and starts to run like many other foundations will, because of the fact that I have very oily skin. If you have time, I would set my foundation with set my primer, and that means I would take some type of translucent, or it could possibly have some type of tint to it, powder, and I would dust it all over my face. Sometimes I'll do this after I do my eyebrows. Sometimes I do it before I do my eyebrows. But I would just do a quick dust, especially in your high oily areas, because we're trying to make sure that this lasts all day long, because we're at work for at least 8 hours. And sometimes longer than that, because we have very long days. Like with me, my day will start at 7, and then I probably won't get home to take my makeup off until 5, or maybe even later, depending on what type of day it is. Alright, so the transition color that I'm using, I'm going to start and put it, not all over my lid, but I'm going to start at the corner, and then I'm going to work my way across. And this color is just going to make it so my eyeshadow that I'm putting on doesn't look so harsh. And I'm also going to blend out that shadow as well. So I'm putting it on and blending it a little bit. And then I'm going to do the other eye as well. And the brush that I'm using is a Morphe brush. And it came in a eye and face contour set, all white. And I really like these brushes right now. And so I'm going to blend. I'm going to do and blend a little bit more. And then I'm going to transition to that darker color that I mentioned. So I'm just going to blend it through a little bit. And we're not trying to do anything very bold and dramatic, so it's going to be a little playful, because I'm using purple shadow for today, but it's not going to be extremely dramatic for the eyes. And I'm going to go back through with the other one, just give a little dimension. And so now I'm going to come through with my shadow. The shadow that I'm using for my eyes is going to be a Colourpop, and this is going to be one of the Super Shocks. And give it a second. So, and with me, I like to be a little extra while I'm at work, so it's a-okay for me to wear this while I'm at work. Now, if your job is need to be a little toned down, you may not want to wear this to work. But with me, I teach, so we could be a little extra at most days. So with this, I put it on my finger. And I'm going to put it, start in the middle of my lid, and then I'm going to work my way to the edges. Starting in the middle, work my way to the edges. Start in the middle, and then work my way to the edges. Middle, going to the edge. And you can also put this over other shadows if you want to have like a little glittery pop of color on your other shadows, or you can just wear it by yourself because you want some a pop of color on your eyes. And the best way to apply these shadows is with your finger. And I know it kind of feels a little gross having glitter on your hands like that, but it comes off very easily. Okay, and now you want to go back through with that same brush that you have for your transition, and you want to blend it. So we're just going to blend it just a little bit so it doesn't look as hard. And add a little bit more at the bottom. Okay, so blend it a little bit out so it just doesn't look that hard of a color change. And Lately I've been going without eyeliner. I'm a fan of eyeliner, but in this case I'm not going to use it because sometimes it takes a little too long, and if you mess up you end up having getting behind with putting on your makeup. So I'm just going to be using a mascara. With my mascara I've been using this one, and I really like this mascara. It's Lash Princess, and it gives you kind of that falsy effect. They're $5 for this one, and it's worth every penny. I thought I wasn't gonna care for it a whole lot because it was an inexpensive mascara, and then it's not from a it's from a company that I didn't think made mascara that was quality. But I was very surprised, and I really enjoy it. So put it on, take your time with this, because I have stabbed myself a couple of times with this. But it gives you a very separated as well as full lashes. And for $5, this is the best deal for mascara. I'm a huge fan of Maybelline for their mascaras, but this is it takes the cake right now. I've been using it non-stop for all of my wear to work looks. And so, and your bottom lashes, so on my face, I tend to check to see if I need to do any color correcting and or just regular cover-ups. And the concealer that I've been using that I kind of like is Black Opal, and this is in Hazelnut. So what I would do is go across the darkest spots of my face, and I would put a little bit on there just to cover it up, and such as there, around my mouth, because I have hyperpigmentation there. And I know that it does not match exactly, but this is going to be under my foundation, so I'm not really worried about that. So I take me a damp, I have a blender, and this is from Morphe. And you can use any blender that you're comfortable with, and or you can use a brush. Make sure that's a little damp, because if it's super dry, it's hard for you to blend out. And this one's a tad bit dry. Anywho, so after that I'm going to take my foundation, and the foundation that I'm using is going to be Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in 356. It took me a little while to find the 356. The 355 was a little too yellow for me, but the 356 pretty much matches me dead on. I'm going to take it, put it in my hand, put it on my hand on the outside, and put a little bit on there. Then I'm going to take me a blending brush. The blending brushes that I like are e.l.f. as well as I like Morphe has one as well, and it came in the same set as my brush that I use for my eyes. So I'm going to dab a little bit on all of my face. And since we're for work, sometimes you can highlight and contour. Sometimes you don't have enough time for that. So in this case, we're going to say that we have enough time. So I'm going to take my brush, blend it all the way through. After I get finished with my brush, I'm going to then come back through with the blender if I'm able to. And the blender just helps blend it out more evenly. And so I'm just tapping, and I'm not swirling through. I'm just tapping it. And when you're tapping it, it's not going to move your makeup as much and move it out of place. And it makes it so you're blending it instead of swishing it off your face. And I know on camera it looks kind of orange, but in person it is not nearly as orange as it looks. Blend down to your neck. And go past, a little bit past your ears. Go on the side as well as past your ears a little bit. And you're just tapping it in. And you're blending down to your neck. Okay, so now I'm gonna come through my blender. And pat it out. Also, it soaks up any extra foundation that you don't need on your face. And we're going to say that, hey, we have enough time and we're going to do a quick highlight. And I do not do a lot of liquid contouring, and so I'm going to do just a quick highlight. The highlight that I typically use for when it's for work is going to be the NYX, and this is the NYX HD Concealer, and this is in Nutmeg. I'm going to do under my eyes, and I'm going to use either a blender or a brush to blend it out. And in this case, I'm going to use a blender that's already damp. And if it's not damp, just you can put setting spray, or you can put just water on it if you have water close. But here it is. I'm going to use probably both ends in between. So I want to tap, tap, tap to tap, tapping to just quickly blend it out. This makes you look more awake, because some people wonder why do women do it so much, even ones that don't have any fine lines or bags and whatnot. It makes you look more awake, and it makes your face look brighter. That's the reason why I love it, even though I do have some sleepy bags right now. So you keep blending and blend it into your cheeks. After you get it into your cheeks, then you're going to come back through with a setting powder. With this setting powder, the powder that I've been using for my daily wear to work is by Makeup Revolution, and it is the banana. It is $8 at Ulta, and I really love it. You do not have flashback, at least for my color. I haven't talked to anyone darker than me, but I know with my color and lighter, I haven't heard about a lot of flashback. But I would say use it with the light hand, and you're going to put it up under your eyes. And yes, I would do this for a wear to work if I have about 20 minutes to put my makeup on, and I'm not going to bake. I'm just putting it in to set it. And so when you set it, you're just packing it in lightly. And now I will put on my regular setting powder for all over my face, and that is black Opal. And actually it's the same one that I use to set my primer, and that's fine. You just needed a translucent. So I'm using just a flat puff, and you can also come back through with your blender and use that if you wanted to, but I'm gonna come through and do my whole face, my nose. I'm not doing my eyes because I've already set them, but I'm coming through and doing all of my face, especially around my mouth, because I don't want it to crease. And my cheeks, as well as my other cheek. And up under my chin. Alright. So I'm going to get me a very fluffy brush. And this is an Ulta brush, matter of fact, powder brush. And then I'm going to come through and contour really fast. I'm using Black Radiance True Complexion, and I'm using the dark. The dark is dark enough for me. I'm not sure about women that are darker than me, but the dark gives me a pretty good contour. And remember, contour is different than bronzing. Contour you can is going to give you it goes in the hollowness, as well as it gives you depth. Bronzing is going to add warmth to your face, and for most days of work I can do both of them, but if I'm just running to work, I'm probably going to end up doing a bronzing, because it's real light, easy. But if I have a little time, I'm probably going to contour, and this isn't a really hard contour, it's a real light contour, and so it just gives you a little depth to your face. After that, I'm going to come through with a little blush, and this is from e.l.f. And the color that I'm going to use is going to be this deeper brick red color. I always use it with a light hand. Just put a little bit on there so it gives you a little pop of color, and you do it on the apples of your cheeks. Okay. And now, some people will be done, but if you have a little bit of time, you can do a little highlight. My highlight is Makeup Revolution, and this is Radiant Lights. And with that, I will come through with another little smaller fluffy brush, and this is an e.l.f. brush. It has a little fluffy end to it, and you'll come through, do a very light sweep, because we're going to work. We don't have to have bling blinging all over the place. So do a real light sweep. You can also do this on your eyes if you wanted to as well. Do a above your brow bone, and there. So we are almost done. Last thing is our lips. With our lips, because I'm going to work, you can either do a nude or you can do like a bronze skin tone. The color that I'm using for my lip liner is going to be Jordana, and this is in Coco. For lip colors, this is my go-to, and I don't even want to show it to you because it looks that bad. It's Toasted. It's an intense NYX lip color, and this is like a reddish nude color. Not reddish nude, probably burgundy nude or pinky nude, I'm not sure. Now to finish everything off, and this is what you do right before you walk out of your car, right before you leave your house, you spray your face. Now with this, I'm using the Wet n Wild natural finish, and I'm surprised it is very, very good, even though it's really inexpensive, but it is a very good setting powder. You spray all over your face, and then you come through and you fan, because you want to dry everything before you start doing a lot of movement. And I probably sprayed my face way too much, but you come through and you fan. It doesn't matter what you fan with, but just fan your face so you can dry it, and you are ready to go. Also with setting sprays, the reason why you use a setting spray is because it takes away that powdery look that you'll have on your face. And hope you have a wonderful day, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, as well as thumbs up my video. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye everyone.